Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in on this gorgeous Friday. Yes, gorgeous Friday. Hello, my beautiful souls. And welcome to another powerful episode of Miss J's Unfiltered Talk Show and Podcast. I am your host, Coach Angela. But look, many of y'all know me by what? Miss J. So today I'm going to be talking about three simple but yet powerful words: reflect, reset, and reclaim. I'm going to say that again: reflect, reset, and reclaim. Y'all gotta grab your tea, your soda, your water, your orange juice, whatever. All right. So now, ladies, we know that life takes us through so many seasons, right? So many seasons. As daughters, as mothers, as entrepreneurs, friends. And y'all know we already got that nurturing spirit, right? And being a friend. But our minds and bodies go through so many transitions, right? But let me say this. I'm going to be speaking on this from two different perspectives. From the business perspective of reflect, reset, reclaim, and also from perspective, okay? Reflect, reset, reclaim. That's the way I want to come at this, all right? But as I was stating, our minds and bodies, we go through so many transitions, y'all. We do. But one thing about menopause, it changes and it challenges our patience, number one, our confidence, and sometimes even our identity. It challenges and changes our patience, confidence, and sometimes even our identity. Now, I can relate to that. I can relate to all of that. And if you can't, put in the comments. Put in the comments you can relate to it. But it also invites us into a deeper kind of wisdom, a season of renewal and rediscovery. Wow. Wow. So, today, what I'm going to do, we're going to take this journey together, right? I want us to take this journey together. Whether you're building a business, rebuilding your life, or simply trying to find yourself again, like I did, find yourself again, this episode, it is for you. Y'all sprinkle this out for me because somebody might need to hear this. Somebody might need to hear this. And I'm going to say it again. Whether you are building a business, excuse me, or rebuilding your life, or simply trying to find yourself again, this episode, it is for you. All right, let's dive on in this. Again, reflect, reset, and reclaim. So let's take a look on our intentions. Let's take a look back at our intentions, okay? Looking back with intentions. Looking back with intentions. Hmm. Let's begin with the very first step. Reflect. Hmm. Now, when you mention reflect, some people don't like to do that. But see, reflection is where wisdom lies. It is. Reflection is where wisdom lives and lies at. But see, when you mention reflection, it's not about judging your past, though. It's not about that. What it is about is it's about understanding it. See, sometimes whatever was going on in our past and all, did we understand it? We went through it. Yeah, but did we understand it? Reflect. All right. So I'm going to break it down from first the business perspective. So, from a business perspective, reflection helps you pause long enough to ask these questions right here. I want y'all to listen at me. This is from a business perspective. What worked well for you this season? What worked well for you this season? What drained your energy or no longer serves your mission? Hmm. Where was I, or shall I say, where were you operating from? Survival instead of strategy. I'm going to ask them questions again because reflection helps you pause long enough to ask these questions. What worked well for you this season? What drained your energy or no longer serves your mission? Where was you operating from? Survival mode or instead of strategy mode? Okay? You cannot grow what you don't review. I'm going to say that again. You cannot grow what you do not review. Reflection will always going to allow you to celebrate progress and learn from the patterns that shaped your results. Thank you for being in here. Thank you for being in here. Again, reflection it does allows you to celebrate progress and learn from the patterns that shaped your results. All right. Now let's take a look at it from the personal perspective, a little deeper here. Now, from the personal perspective, reflection asks questions deeper. Okay. As a woman, our emotions, our energy, and our priorities shift with every season of life. Hello there. We carry so much. We carry love, leadership, and the expectations of others that we often forget ourselves in the process. I've done that too. We do everything, but we forget about ourselves during the process. Now, that word menopause, I'm not going to whisper it. I'm going to say it out loud. Menopause especially becomes the mirror moment, the one that quietly asks these questions. Who am I now? Hmm. What does my body truly need? What does your body truly need? Who are you now? How can you nurture yourself instead of neglecting yourself? Now, you see how the personal one with reflection went deeper into it? It went deeper. How can you nurture yourself instead of neglecting yourself? Hmm. This is what menopause does. It becomes the mirror for you to ask these questions within yourself. But honestly, y'all ladies, to be very honest about this, and I want y'all to listen to me, talking about reflection is not about dwelling on what went wrong. It's not. It's not. It's about honoring how far you have come. I'm gonna say that again for that one thing we ain't been about. What's she talking about? I'm gonna tell you what I'm talking about. Reflection. And we dealing with menopause from a personal perspective. It's not about dwelling on what went wrong. It's about honoring how far you've become. It's not about feeling guilty, but it's about growth. How many of you listening live or going to listen at the replay can honestly say to yourself that you really see some growth in you? It's nothing wrong with being honest and realizing you stuck. And if you said no, be honest. If you still been stagnant and stuck, be honest to yourself. That's what reflection does. It's about listening to your inner truth and giving yourself grace for the woman you are still becoming. Now, let me say this real quick. I've been on a couple platforms, and my title always be how I became from being terrified of menopause to embracing it and becoming the woman I am today at 63. We all have a story to tell about that, right, y'all? But don't be too hard on yourself. But when you get the reflecting, be truthful to yourself though. Okay? Now, y'all know I gotta have some participation. Ask a question. When was the last time you paused to reflect on what your body and your mind have been trying to tell you? Because y'all know our body is going to tell us things. A lot of us ignore it. And then it's just about too late. But when was the last time you paused to reflect on your body and mind have been trying to tell you? What your body and your mind have been trying to tell you? When was the last time you did that? When was the last time you did that? Let's be honest. Be honest to yourself. Be honest to yourself. Have you ever done that? Have anybody ever done that? Now y'all know, just like I know, we will stuff be going on with us and our body be trying to tell us, but we don't be paying it no mind. But when was the last time you actually listened to your mind and your body? Put in the comments. Put in the comments. Because I know it's somebody out there listening that have been through it. Okay? So, what about creating spaces for your renewal? What about that? Creating spaces for your renewal. See, because in order to get to that next stage, you got to create a space for it. So now once we've reflected, the next step is what? We got to reset. We got to reset. And y'all know I've always told people when I said, it'd be the algorithm. People say, I need to reset my algorithm, blah, blah, blah. What about reset yourself and your soul? We got to reset. That's the next step. That's the next step. Now, what resetting is, it's an act of courage, number one. It's the moment when you choose to stop repeating old cycles and start realigning with your truth. Boom. That's what resetting is. That's what scares a lot of us. That's what scares a lot of us. We push it on the back burner. And in your soul, you got to reset. You need to reset, but you don't want to face that. I'm just being honest. So let's take a look at reset from a business perspective first. I told y'all I'm coming at it all the two ways, business and personal. So now next step is reset. But in the business now, resetting might mean, resetting might mean reconstructing your systems. Redo it all. Get everything different. You're going to have to reconstruct some things, reconstruct things. Redo. Okay? Reevaluating your goals. The goals you made a year ago, or let's say 2 years ago, it's time to reevaluate them. See, because why? Because we're resetting now. We're resetting. Or just simply what you got to do, simply reclaiming control of your time. Now, me personally, I try to do the right thing. I try to be a stickler to time, but life happens. I'm not perfect. But sometimes we got to just simply reclaim and take control of your time. But now here's the thing now. Sometimes the vision, it still seems like it's going to fit, but the method no longer does. The method that you was using or I was using 2 years ago or let's say 5 years ago since I had my talk show, no longer. Got to switch up. Got to reconstruct. Got to create spaces for renewal, for the change, in other words. So maybe you've been running on autopilot. I'm just gonna let this roll just like this. Bad thing to do, to be very honest. Serving everyone else, right? But you're still not serving yourself. That's me. I can talk about me. This is your sign that you need to pause. Put the brakes on. You need to put the brakes on. You need to breathe. Take some deep breaths and you need to breathe. Then you need to give yourself permission to start all over again. But when you start all over again, you're going to start stronger and wiser. Because isn't that what life's supposed to be teaching us, right? Life's supposed to teach us that, right? We're supposed to get wiser. Starting all over again, but you got to start stronger and wiser. You got to do it. Up on the reset, we was talking about from the business perspective. Now, let's take a look at from the personal perspective on resetting. Okay? Reset. Now, from the personal perspective, what that means is You're going to have to start clearing your emotional clutter. Just like in your house. My grandma used to tell me, sometimes you can tell a person, sometimes their mental state or their emotions of how to keep their house. My grandma used to tell me that. But that's what reset from the personal perspective means. It means clearing your emotional clutter. Clearing your emotional clutter. And y'all know menopause, oh my God, it brings that. Menopause, it brings changes that can shape our whole rhythm. Physically, spiritually, and even emotionally. And y'all know that. And I'm going to tell y'all what happened yesterday. And I put a post up about it. I don't know, I was crying. I don't just start crying. See, this is what it means when it says it can shake your rhythm emotionally. So I don't know why I was crying. Okay, so I was crying, everything. Okay. Went outside, raked my yard up, put the stuff in the trash bins and stuff. Okay, came back in the house, got my bath, threw me some little walk around clothes on, fixed me some lunch to eat. But y'all, I stopped crying and I felt better. I can't tell you why. I don't know what happened, but you see how that messed up my emotional state? Sure did. It'll knock us off balance. But again, resetting is your reminder that you are not losing yourself. You are only renewing yourself. That's why I said we got to make space for the renewal. This is up on the reset, personal perspective now. You're not losing yourself, my ladies. You are beginning to renew yourself. Now, it's saying, like, I may not be the woman I was 25 or 35 years old, but the woman I am today is wiser, softer, and stronger. Now, that part to me is like when I go on people's platforms and talk about menopause, how terrified I was. That's why I can say I am so different than I was. I am started embracing it and enjoying whatever it had to bring to me. Because I'm wiser and I'm more stronger. Okay? Now my next question is to y'all. What area of your life, whether it's in business or within yourself, needs a reset so you can move from pressure to peace? What area in your life, whether it's in business or within yourself, be honest, that needs to reset so you can move from pressure to peace? Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna put my answers to my questions up in the comments to these. I'm gonna do that. Right now I'm not gonna take up y'all time, trying to answer them and all that. No, I'm gonna put that in the comments. Again, what area of your life, whether it's in business or within yourself, within you, needs a reset so you can move from pressure to peace? Okay, let me say this real quick for this one right here. Those of y'all know me, y'all know like 6, 7, 8 months ago, I took a hiatus. And this part right here, I had to reset. I had to reset both in my business and in my personal life. I had to do a reset because I had to move from pressure to peace. And I told my story about that. I was going through some things within my family wise, with my mother. I was going through things. I had to just slow it down, put brakes on everything. Talk show, no makeup classes, not seeing clients, no coaching. I had to do that because I was in pressure, but I had to come from pressure to peace. I had to reset. So I won't be answering that question in the comments because I just did it just then for that. But see, resetting, it doesn't mean giving up, y'all. It don't. It does not mean giving up. What it means is gearing up for what's next, for what you got to do next. It does not mean giving up. It means gearing up for what you got to do next. Wow. When you see, I made a shirt that says be intentional. If y'all let me know if anybody want one of them shirts, I'm gonna post that you see it. But when you reset intentionally, that's why I said that be intentional. When you reset intentionally, you move with purpose, not panic. See, what I was doing, I was moving, I was panicking. Know what I was doing? I was panicking. I was panicking. I sure was. But when you reset intentionally, and I reset intentionally, you're going to move with purpose and not panic. Okay? Sometimes, sometimes God, will slow you down. I want y'all to hear me. Not to stop your progress though, but prepare your path. And see, he had to set me down. And okay, remember I asked you the question about are you listening to what your mind and body was trying to tell you? Well, I'm get ready to answer that question too. It was a lot of things that was going on with me, but I was not listening to it. I kept pushing myself. And then one day something happened and God said, I'm getting ready to sit you down. Not to try to stop my progress, but he was preparing me for my path. Okay? So what I want y'all ladies to do, I want y'all to exhale, let go, and give yourself space to do what? To freaking breathe. You've earned that. You've earned that. One thing I had to realize when I took that long break like I did, and it bothered me, I'm not gonna lie, because I love my platform. But I had to take care of me mentally and physically as well. Now a lot of y'all know me personally. A lot of y'all know I talked with y'all on the phone, so a lot of y'all know what I'm talking about, what I dealt with and all. But I had to leave this stuff alone for a while to get it right. God said, I'm going to sit you down for a while. And that's what he did. So like I said, exhale, let go, and give yourself space to freaking breathe. We have earned it. When you do that right there is your reset moment. When you let go and give yourself space to breathe, that is your reset moment when you do that. So if anybody's struggling and you trying to do everything, you're trying to take care of the home and do this and do that, you're going to have to reset. Give yourself space to breathe and let it be known that you're going to be taking a 3, 4, 5 months hiatus, blah, blah, blah. Your platform, the people that follow you, if they love you enough, they're going to understand that. Because I know how I was working myself. I know. All right. The last one is reclaim, baby. Reclaim. So now what we got to do, we got to start stepping fully into your own power. Stepping fully into your power. Okay? Stepping fully into your power. We have arrived at the final step, baby, and that's reclaiming. That's reclaiming. But see, this is where your strength, your confidence, and your faith all come together. Y'all better listen to me. Y'all better listen to me. So now, again, y'all know I'm doing from business perspective, and I'm going to come and talk about the personal perspective. So, from a business perspective, reclaiming means owning your authority. It's a saying said, I built this. I've earned my seat, and I deserve to lead from a place of power. Okay. It's no more playing small, y'all. No more playing that. No more shrinking to make other people comfortable. You better shine. You better shine. You've done your work. We've done our work. I've done my work. Now what you got to do, now you got to walk in it. That's reclaiming, baby. This is from a business perspective. No more playing small. No more shrinking, not giving yourself a whole lot of credit to make other people feel comfortable. No more of that. It's time for you to walk in it. Now let's look at this thing from a personal perspective. Now, when we're looking at it from a personal lens, right? Reclaiming can be scary. It can. Menopause may it may alter our whole body, our whole rhythm, but it cannot take away your radiance, my radiance, your radiance. It can't take that away. It's going to alter some things, but it's not, and it cannot take away your radiance, can't take away mine. This season calls us to reclaim our joy, our sensuality, our peace. But most of all, our divine feminine energy. Our divine feminine energy. Reclaiming it. Reclaiming it. But as ladies, what we got to also understand is we are not defined by the changes in our body. We're not. You are refined by them. Now I'm going to say that for the one that's in way back there saying she ain't finished yet. Oh, I'm getting ready to be finished. This season calls us to reclaim our joy, our sensuality, our peace, and our divine femininity energy. Most of all, understand you are not defined by the changes in your body. And then, like I said, there'll be a whole lot of them. Whole lot of them. But you are refined by them. Okay? You're refined by them. Question. What part of your power are you ready to reclaim today? Is it your voice, your confidence, your peace, or perhaps your joy? What part of your power are you ready to reclaim today? Is it your voice, your confidence, your peace, or your joy? Which one is it? Put in the comments. Now, as far as I'm concerned, at this question here, my peace. My peace. And everybody deserves that. To reclaim it. Pull it back. Get it back. Get it back. What part of your power are you ready to reclaim today? And I'm just reading saying it again for you. Is it your voice, your confidence, your peace, or your joy? Put it in the comments for me. Put it in the comments. Reclaiming. It's about coming home, coming back home to yourself fully, fiercely, and freaking unapologetically. You don't apologize about nothing. Okay? Reclaiming is about coming home to yourself fully, fiercely, and unapologetically. That's what reclaiming is. Now I'm getting ready to close, but I want to do a little reflection here a little bit, okay? So before I close, I want to leave y'all that's watching, that's listening live, that's going to listen to the replay, with 3 reflection prompts, okay? First one is, what has this season of life taught you about your strength as a woman? Now I'm going to say it again. What has this season of life taught you about your strength as a woman? What specific area do you need to reset so that your goals align with your peace and your purpose? Wow. What are you ready to reclaim in your business, your health, and your joy? What are you ready to reclaim in your business, your health, and your joy? I want y'all to remember my queens. And y'all know I call y'all my queens, so that's what you are. That's what you are. And if you haven't gotten them crowns yet, I'm going to put my website down. Y'all go order them crowns and t-shirts. But I want my queens, y'all remember this. You can be successful and soft at the same time. Okay? You can be successful and soft at the same time. You can be powerful and peaceful at the same time. And even through menopause, and all its changes that it does to us, y'all, from the hormones, from the night sweats, from the hot flashes, from the brain fog, even through all of that, you still can glow and walk in your purpose. Still can do it. I did it. Even sunrise, every sunrise is an invitation to reflect, reset, and reclaim. Now, what I mean by that is every morning you get up, that's your chance to get it right. That's what I meant by that. That's God's time saying, I'm giving you another chance to get it right. To reflect, reset, and reclaim. Every time, the next day you wake up, every sunrise is an invitation to reflect, reset, and reclaim, y'all. It is. Y'all know what? Thank you for joining me for this episode on Miss J's Unfiltered Talk Show and Podcast. Now, if this message, if you resonated with this message in any kind of way, if you liked it, please share it. Please share it out. Send it to somebody, inbox or whatever. Tell them, look at this, listen at this. Because there's somebody, that might need a reminder that her power is still hers. No matter her age, her body, or her season, her power is still hers. Your power is still yours. Until next time, look, y'all stay true, stay grounded, and my queens, y'all just keep right on shining. Because what? It is your time to reflect, reset, and reclaim. This is your host, Coach Angela. Y'all call me Miss J. Y'all have a good night. Good evening.